Hello and welcome to lesson 5. Today is going to be great fun. We're going to share with you one of the most popular Latin dance styles, which is
Salsa from Cuba.
We're going to put together all of the skills that you've learnt from lesson 1 through to lesson 4 and use them today with this brand new dance style. Are you ready?
Let's go. I would like you to imagine that you are inside a clock. I'm going to draw a clock here. Then we are inside this clock. And Jada has her own clock. Yep. That's it. Now, I'm going to turn back to you. I want you to think about 6 o'clock. Then I'm going to step 6 o'clock. Jada is going to step her 6 o'clock. Then it's very good for you to start thinking in your relationship to your body. That's 6 o'clock. You step 6 o'clock and come back. 3 steps. We're doing 1, 2, 3. I step 1 and 2 in the center and 3 together. 1 in the back, 2. Then that's 6 o'clock. As the clock is yours, you could be turning around the clock anywhere. You'll be doing 6 o'clock. Then it's very important that you imagine that is not in relationship with the room. Yeah? It doesn't matter how many you turn, you keep stepping 6 o'clock.
So, what are we doing here? We're doing our second stepping option, our timing option of 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3, pause. So while this is a new step pattern, it's the exact same skills you've already learned from lesson 2, where you're stepping 1, 2, 3, and pause. We're using that same timing option now in our salsa pattern.
Yeah, then is that salsa feeling is 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. It's a very lazy way to move our bodies, like the entire body go a little bit. Now doing that, we are not transferring our axis too much, otherwise you don't have time. Then we are inside the clock and just step back, but try to keep more or less in the center. Yeah, in the clock, don't have to be necessary in the center. Now, that's the variation number 1 of 1, 2, 3. Let's do the second variation. You remember, the step itself is 3 steps on the spot. Now the variations, the first one that we did was 6 o'clock. Now I want to imagine the clock, and it cannot be a digital watch or clock, yeah? Then you have to imagine the clock. We are going to step 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Usually, to make life easy in the beginning, we are doing the leader starts the left leg and the follower start with the right leg. It means we are doing everything like a mirror. Then I'm going to turn back to you. I'm going to start with my left leg and Jade is going to start with her right leg. Then I'm going to step 5 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, 7 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, 5 o'clock, 1, 2, 3, 7 o'clock. Is a nice and small step with my axis inside the clock. Now it's time for you stop the video and you practice those 2. And they change from 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Now that you've practiced your 2 basic salsa steps without music, let's give it a go together with some music. I'm going to stay facing you. Tosizio is going to face the back so that you can follow along, and we're all going to start with our left leg, stepping to our 5 o'clock with our cross behind basic to begin with.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to change to the straight back, yeah? Now I'm going to change again to the cross back.
Let's do these 2 basic salsa steps with a partner now in our open frame. So facing each other, leaders with their hands up, followers with their hands over the top, nice and light, but remembering we want that little bit of energy through our frame so that we can feel what the other person's doing. Now, of course, we need to go into mirroring each other. So the leaders are going to set up which leg we're going to start with.
What is very important here, now leaders, when we practice by ourselves, we have the tendency we practice normally like that. However, as we are going to do mirroring, and I must lead my partner to go back, then it's very important you become comfortable in give this concept, give this idea to your partner, and it's like I'm leading and I am following, I'm doing the same movement. Then it's very important that if you can practice that, be able to lead, then I understand what's going on, I'm leading my partner, okay, now I'm doing with my partner. I need to keep that concept leading my partner to rock backwards. Now let's go to the cross behind. Now once I got this pattern to this idea, transfer the weight, once we are in this pattern here, it's just a matter of keep the frame and I lose my balance this side here and then we do that cross back. Now I don't need any specific movement here because the pattern is established and it's more like losing my balance there. When I want to do the straight one, I will come back to my body straight and the follower via the frame will feel that. Now, this concept is very important that the leader transfer your weight from one leg to the other. It means we could do the same thing by, we're going that, by transfer my weight there. Then we'll connect here also, not only via the hands. Is the intention to do straight or the intention to cross back, we transfer the weight from one leg to the other.
So this starts going into the realm of leading and following, which can start off as a very basic conversation and build into a more elaborate conversation between the leader and the follower. Of course, this is a skill that is built over time, and we're just starting to touch on how we start to communicate through our frame and through our awareness with our partner for social Latin dancing.
Then it has to do a lot of be self-confident and be connect to the person that you are dancing with. Do not get scared to make mistakes. It's not going to be a big deal if you make a mistake. It's like learn a language. You imagine that if you are not prepared to make mistakes, make very challenging to learn. If I knew how bad my English was when I arrived in Australia, I probably would keep my mouth shut all the time. Because I keep talking and I keep learning.
To make things a little bit easier, we're going to practice with a little sequence because this can really help when you're first learning. So we'll do 4 of our straight back basic and 4 of our cross behind basic. And let's do that together now with some music in our open frame. So preparing with your partner now.
Now let's do that with the music. I'm going to be back to you and then after we are going to rotate. Remember, leaders, we will start with the left leg. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now let's change. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's change again. Straight back. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change. 1, 2, 3.
Keep going. We're
4.
going to turn so you can see
1,
us.
2.
And cross behind. Very good. Now we're going to show you how we dance using those 2 basic steps. We'll add a few other moves as well, and so that you can see how we dance that in an open frame and in a closed frame, and when you get really comfortable with the movement. Have a look now.
I've been doing the same thing, just my hand is changed. Here, here. Now I can change the direction. Still doing the same movement. Once you're really comfortable with that, now we still the rocking back, 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 rocking back.
Congratulations! You have learned how to find the rhythm, how to embrace a partner, 2 different step timing options, the basic step for bachata, a turn, and now how to dance 2 basic salsa steps. You should be really proud.
Remember something, is practice the bass until you become comfortable. One thing that I tell my students often is like, I cannot walk better than you. It's like you cannot compare how everyone walk because we have been walking since you were a little child. You start to walk, you never stop. It means you need to practice this step like become so familiar that we're walking. Then you're going to be surprised how you'll be able to turn, to do lots of different things as the step will flow naturally.
It's also important to remember how long it took you as a baby to learn how to walk. So if not everything is feeling comfortable yet, if you're still maybe struggling to find that first beat, or turning feels really fast, or you're not quite sure about all of the moves, that is absolutely normal. You've just learned a whole lot of new skills in just 5 short lessons. So we would be really proud of you just for coming along and following and giving it a try. What you need to do now is to take all of this knowledge, repeat all of the lessons, practice it over and over again.
Imagine if you're a baby, you fall and you give up. That's it.
Walk.
I'm not going to walk anymore. It's the same thing. We have taught more than 43,000 people, and the only people who didn't learn are those who gave up.
We absolutely believe that everybody can dance. Of course, you don't have to know how to do Latin dancing to be able to dance. All you need to do is to move to the music. We're here to teach you the skills to become a great social Latin dancer. So we'd love to invite you now to keep your journey going and join us. We run classes 7 days a week, from absolute beginners through to advanced and performance teams, so you can start wherever it is that you're ready to get started.
And remember, everyone is starting.
Most people join our courses with very little to no dance background at all, so you're already a couple of steps ahead. The most popular beginner course we run is our Latin Dance Starter, and in that course you'll learn 6 popular Latin dance styles, including the 2 you've already learnt, bachata and salsa, as well as Brazilian zouk, forró, merengue, and samba. Sometimes people think, my gosh, how am I going to learn 6 different dance styles? As you can see already, one step you learn helps with the other dance style, and this is how we bring them all together.
We also run Samba no Pé Starter and Cuban Salsa Starter.
Now, when you join Rio Rhythmics, you become part of our Dance for Life tribe. So we'd love you to come and join us. We've popped a link below where you can find all the information about our starter courses, or if you're more experienced, all of the different courses that we offer.
This is my passion, to share my culture with you.
Until next time,
Dance for life.